We're seeing a little bit of a different composition now. Obviously, Disco, moving away from the Rays, now starting to pick up the Killjoy. It's been dominant so far, but obviously Wildcard, Swell back on the Reyna, looking confident. This team, both of them have got a statement to make right now, and it is the time to do it.
Lots of ambition as well from Autumn here, picking up a sheriff in the pistol round with no abilities, no anything on the back of it. I mean, yeah, essentially 2 shots to the point blank or whatever. But look at this already, immediately. Wildcard, 4 players around the site. Same likewise with the sheriff, starts things off.
They've both got the Jet Sheriffs as well at the exact same time, but it's going to be RDW over up the top. We'll be able to spot out some early information. Signed, looking to swing his ray around. They still haven't really been able to collect a whole lot here. The barrier wall down from the Sage, but it's actually going to be Gem just getting the orb and running the hell straight out of there. But will they reaggress? Will they reapproach? They've sent the rotate back onto Autumn, and also it looks like Tux is going to be leaving as well.
Well, the longer they wait, it does mean that both sides are going to be able to get that recon bolt as well, and they're going to be able to shoot that in for a little bit of information. I do wonder, though, Signed with his position, he's kind of unexpected at the current time. Where we look towards Wildcard, you know where they're going to be at this current state if they go in for a dart. And if they get the reveal out now on towards Signed, he's going to be vulnerable. And look at that. They even ping him out. They're going to be so narrow focused onto him right now if they wanted, but good time being bought by the little toxins coming down from both sides at the moment, and actually causes Wildcard to think differently in this round.
Pilsky mentioned it, not really sure if the wall onto the other side is the play. It does make it a little awkward if you're not in the right position, but when Ninim's hitting shots like that, it absolutely doesn't matter. Dashing over towards the top, Tux is going to be able to find a dink, but not quite the frag. Onto the other side as well, and Noz going to drop him. It's all on Autumn inside this 1 versus 4, and there's really not a whole lot he can do here. This is about to achieve the impossible. If he does hit the opening shot, he will be able to do so. That's a great bolt as well, underneath the heaven line. Cruising onto the other side now. Is he going to be able to find anything in the... Nope, Noz is going to take him. Pretty clean round from Wildcard, I say.
Infrequent in that rounds. The amount of assists that come off just in that one there, it only shows, well, 0 on the feed. But you look at this. 3 recon darts and the owl drone, every single one of them that he shot got reveals and got pings. That is what you want from a Sova. That is absolutely absurd.
And the craziest thing is, right, we think about how Infrequent's actually been the guy that was on the Jet for a little while, right? Now he's on to basically the Perma Sova, and it's, one of those agents that's still almost an 100% pick in most of the maps that we still see. So it's awesome to see that obviously he can take his experience and his ability over to a very impactful and important role. But it's going to be these guys, a Wildcard playing up very, very close. Autumn with the Shorty, which we don't see come out a whole lot these days. Will Noz clear the line? He's looking to do it, and he plays the distance, but he's actually going to be found. Luckily, though, Ninim can find the trade.
Yeah, the trade is going to be found. They're looking for the plant, of course, in this round order. I want to see what damage they're going to be able to throw on out. Currently, Tux hasn't actually been seen in this location.
Yeah,
he's just navigating around yellow quite well. Swell, though, has managed to get in toward the deep lanes of the site, and he hasn't edged on the trigger just yet. There we go. Finds the first, but Tux,
there
he takes his head out, and he finds one.
Should be 3 for Swell here as well. Tapping away. Kind of happy with it, but it's back to a 2-on-2. Not going to be revealed by that recon bolt, but it's still, they've made it hard for themselves here, Wildcard.
Yeah.
Certainly have. Lots of damage to be seen from Order. And you can just see the Scientist still being sneaky beaky on the side itself. I wonder is Swell going to pre-fire this one? He's got the 6th sense. He absolutely knows it. He's even on for the 4K in a round such as this. But it's okay.
You're joking.
Just with the Sheriff to peek on through. That is a brilliant round from Swell.
When he's good, right? High sense player, super young. Been putting in the hours too, right? Putting in a lot of hard work to try and make his way towards the top, and he has been a very, very impressive player to watch. I think with some time and some, patience, he is going to be one of our best. It's been a pleasure to witness on the way, and now they're just going to go for the Sheriffs, him and Ninim. The full buy to come in, and obviously it's actually going to be infrequent to try and pick up this Vandal as well, so it might be some swapping around of the weaponry, but Ninim on the Blades. This is a round where they do sort of heavy pinch their way towards A early on.
Yeah, I really want to see what damage can be delivered from Wildcard into this little bonus round. The damage that was seen in the previous one from Order, though, echoing through in the purchase that Wildcard are able to showcase to us in this round. Really just relying on Ninim to see what he can start off on through. The Leer eventually fades, but Ninim gets shut down. Swell, though, able to find something, and Infrequent, it gets brought back as instantly as it is shut down.
Swell can pick up a weapon too, but doesn't look like he's actually been able to afford that one right now. The rotate is coming in from Autumn, but it's still that 3 versus 3. They are making their way around. Infrequent's not going to be ready for the swing though, and now they turn around. It's actually going to be the Empress popped as well for Swell. looking to sort of reposition. It's going to be an awkward one, though. Wildcard still certainly in a position to win this one, but it looks like Order have certainly put the brakes on.
Yeah, a little bit of silence to be echoing on through. Swirl, though, as mentioned, Empress popped. Very interesting decision right now. We'll need to find a kill relatively soon to refresh that one. And also going to see the vulnerability for Wildcard when they go for this plant. RDW lurking in, clearing the corners, making sure 50 points on the ticker for this screen. The turret to be destroyed. They have to get this plant happening soon.
Absolutely. There is a Phantom in front of him as well, Swirl, but looks like he's just going to be going for the spike plant. Nice and early, surely. RDW just underneath Heaven. Might be able to find some sort of information there, but Swirly's taken low, but he will find a shot. He will be able to dismiss. That's huge to come out from Swirl right now. Looking to reposition around to this other side on the front of the site, but will it be RDW to find Disco? It absolutely will. Now Tux in a 1 versus 1. It's going to be RDW to lock it down. That is so clean from Wildcard in the end. They fight from behind and somehow pull it on top.
2 versus 3 in that scenario as well, with the lesser weaponry on the bonus round, albeit the damage to be seen on through. You saw Wildcard open up with the first 2, right? You saw nothing come through from the blades. That was where my eyes were looking over towards for Ninim to go above and beyond. But again, it's Swirl just backing it on through. Very smart decision-making from Wildcard in that round. Their hearts had to have been beating and skipping in that one, but they just slow it down. They just simmer on the fact they let Order second-guess themselves. And then when push comes to shove, when the spike goes down, brilliance comes through from Swirl, and RDW cleans up the final frags.
Look at Autumn, though, in it, nice and aggressive. He will be spotted out by the recon bolt, utilizes the tailwind to get out. But an opening pick on an Inim, very important in a round like this. And he's going to be sort of tapping around for a little while as well, not looking to overstay his welcome.
Yeah, well, these blades, they can be certainly damaging. You've got that resurrection available on the side of Order as well if they require. You can't say the same for Wildcard at the moment. Noz 1 away, a frag. The ulti orb will be able to find that one.
Now they rotate over towards A. That will pull the information quickly from Order. They didn't want to sort of leave up any free real estate for too long. But Swirl, up onto the pipes. Gonna see if he can find anything early. Recon bolt destroyed. That should give the information. They are up nice and close, but it's going to have to be Swirl here again in this position to try and find the entry, to try and find the break. Disco's going to walk up in just a second, but that spike is going to go down for Wildcard.
And it's planted as well, where you can spam it down from the belt position. This little vertical wall to come through gives a little bit of an avenue that can be sneaky beaky behind it. Tux, though, finding Noz makes things all the more difficult for Wildcard. 2 versus 4 situation. Remember, this is the lesser weaponry for Order in this round. The blades there and the defuse coming on through as well. The time's ticking away. Texas is sticking it right now. Have to go out.
Oh my God, Swirl!
He's found through. He's dismissed away. He does get punished in the end, and it's all down to infrequent. The 1-on-1 trade. As Signed will put a closer to it. Order will get on the board, but man, Swirl, so flashy again.
Swirl's going to give me a heart attack just from playing. I'm too old for this crap, man. It's insane. Playing so erratic and shaky. 9 and 2, straight on top. Very Tens-esque, I would say. But yeah, man, he's just been putting in those hours. And ultimately, it is going to be a great clawback from Order. Super impressive to see that they were able to sort of get those shots. It was obviously the lesser equipped purchase round as well. So Wildcard have sort of, you know, let that one slip between the cracks a little bit, but still pretty crazy to see the result that we're seeing on the start so far. You know, Wildcard got another bite, but the key factor, Autumn, it's got the operator.
Yeah, he's going to be posted up at the moment all the way in through mid right now, pushing it through the tube as well. RDW is going to be the gatekeeper of that. He has to be extremely careful. You just look at this rotation to come through from Order, though, over towards the side. There's the peeking out. There's the opener for Autumn. Absolutely, as you love it. The resurrection you'd like to see come through, but it would be at the cost of, you know, the barrier wall as well, or a smoke if they want to try and get that. So with the proceedings in towards the site for Wildcard, this util coming on down, it's going to be a little bit difficult from here.
Clear up. Tux has to sort of fall away. Alarm bot will be spotted. Plenty of information gathered onto him right now. Swirl will be able to get that one, but he actually goes for the dismiss instead. And he's fallen to his death. That's a little bit awkward. Could have potentially utilized the Devour there, Dion, in that position to live on for a little while longer. But onto the other side, Order. Man advantage now, as it does look like Wildcard's going to try and collect their way over towards B. They've got a res, though,
yeah,
and that's going to be onto RDW, so now it's an even playing field once more.
The guess in that scenario is Autumn still looking to lock down over the resurrection, and now it's just clean up crew on the mid area from Order. The shot through the smoke, the second one as well, backing it on up. Ninim will be able to at least gather a trade, but now look how far split they all are. Disco just wins the duel with the lesser HP, and Now it's all going to be onto Infrequent, into the holes. He's seen as well, which means the jig is up. And then it's finished.
That was a peek in mid. A peek over from mid, again, a little bit further back this time, and then around from Snowman. Like, just the way that Autumn positions himself to find those frags time and time again is just so impressive, you know? All again, the experience that's come in from him, the years and years of gamer prowess inside of him. But Wildcard sort of starting to let this one slip out of their grasps a little bit. Should be looking for just the economic round, potentially. Yes, it will be. RD, Swirl, they can pick up the rifles. The others will be able to go for the Sheriff and the Light Shield. But again, it's Order now, stacking up their economy. Most members above that 2k point, Dion. This is where they can really start to snowball once more.
I like that one. Snowball, Icebox, keeping in the cold references. Absolutely, I love little meta game to come on through. Lots of ultimates to be able to play with in this round is actually kind of scary. You already see that the Viper's Pit is popped over at this A site for Tux, which does put a little bit of a stopper and a stamp on towards what Wildcard can throw up. But Swirl has snuck his way into the kitchens. Once upon a time, you see the wall go up in the tube time and time again, but text up doesn't put it up, and actually is going to cost him his life here.
Autumn, caught out by the Owl Drone, will be able to dash away though, putting himself into the position on the other side of yellow. That's going to be a great swing onto Swirl here, and now utilizing the Cloudburst as well to get his way back in towards that side. But the scary thing is, Dion, Ninum, he's here, he's close, and he's actually going to be able to connect the shot as well onto the head of Autumn. This is where it starts to get scary right now. Now, Disco looking to get his way in towards mid. Ninum is ready for it though. Who pushes? Who's the first one to make the statement? Because look at RDW's location. Exactly. They're so split. They're so far apart. And Tux needs to be the person to try and break the mold. Signs all the way to the other side. And I think somehow Wildcard have actually brought this round on top.
Man,
Tux does manage to find one, but it's still so hard.
It's so wild and wicked in this round right now. All of the duels that are just in uncharacteristic angles, unexpected angles, and now you put a sense of normalcy in toward the round, I guess. When the plant looks to go down at the A site, you're going to see a forward momentum push in toward the retake. Hunter's Fury doesn't really do too much for Order's sake. And remember, the Viper's Pit that was utilized from Tux earlier on is down. This is RDW's one this time. Infrequent's been known though, and Tux is able to be sneaky beaky in amongst this angle, pushing on through the gun barrel, the gun model. It actually obscures the vision onto Noz, and now RDW finds Signed. The occurrences in this round though, Mitch, that was just very strange, but it works for Wildcard.
Oh man, clean, getting the job done. Still able to sort of work from behind so well, right? You know, despite even in these moments that Order are getting the opening pick or two, Wildcard can very much break it up. But just the fact is, Wildcard that round was so split everywhere across the map, yet still somehow sort of managed to lull Order into a false sense of security and find the picks.
Well, speaking about split, we go into that next guaranteed, which is going to be really exciting as well. So far, not a single round has been really just slow, I guess you would say, in the electricity. Even ones such as this in the very beginning, you've got shots, you've got info gathering, you've got drone, you've got the fallbacks, and you really just have to rely on Order. Defensive side here, lockdown available, but that's just being kept at bay by Infrequent on the Hunter's Fury at the moment. I'm very interested to see which way the first duel's going to go here.
Still a stalemate. It's 30 seconds down now. Spike, though, still looking like it's going to creep its way over towards this B position. Tux playing a very, very passive route towards Snowman. Ninum will get spotted out by Sign. No real damage expended to start us off, though. And it's actually, oh, okay, Tux with the Marshall. Did play the Jet in the early days of the Order roster before swapping that one over to Autumn.
Got to remember as well
that
that
they are going to pick up the pace.
Got his toxic screen available right now, Mitch. He could pop that one up as soon as he gets any inkling that there's something here. There's the first shot. He's not going to be able to escape, unfortunately. If he put up the wall a little bit earlier, he might have been able to do something, but there's the wall. A little bit of a sneaky boost up as well. I absolutely love this. Just methodically in their approach. Wildcard pushing Swell up in toward the holes here with the free plant. They've still got a lot of this utility that they can echo on through. They haven't really used anything in this round. And now Swell, he's caught them off. He's taken off the head of the Hydra.
He's keen too. This is Swell's playground right now. Going to be dropping out of the kitchen. Disco looking to move on in though. Actually, we'll be able to find that frag. Still a winnable round here for Order right now, but onto the other side. Ninum's going to go up nice and high and also remaining dry. Texter looking to toy with that res, but does he actually want to go for this one right now? That's going to be into information, but there we go. Texter sending that one in right now. Tux is going to be back into the server right now, onto the top of the wall though. Ninum will be able to take him down onto the other side. Ninum, that's going to be the other one, and onto the top. He actually flies high, but he will be taken down. Sign with a good trade, but you're exactly right, Dion. There is no time. And that's another one that's going to go the way of Wildcard. Texter, the only man left in the server. Wildcard, infrequent, does go down. But the main factor is here now, that is going to be the res coming onto the side of Wildcard 2. The Blades, the Empress, it's all there. And let's check the money of order. Is it there? It's not.
You could see in that round as well, with the heads coming off of order, they could get the attempts to get them regrown with that resurrection coming on through, but it really didn't funnel any impact in toward the round. The time that was bought just from Ninum as well, and from all of the screens going down in that util, just the kerfuffle in the moment with Swirl pushing up as well, catching them off guard. Wildcard, they are being an absolute menace in the server right now, and it really just gives good fashion for them to be able to continue this, to be able to get the 6th round on the board, granted by the fact that there isn't really a purchase to be seen here for order.
Straight through mid as well. Look at the pace on them right now. They're looking to overwhelm these pistols, and I absolutely don't blame them right now. It's going to be a reverse plan on towards the site, by the way. This wall's going down as well. Or maybe not. Just going to drop them up in towards this heaven position. It's actually a high plan in towards heaven. It looks like Tux might be able to find him. No, Noz falls off the other side.
I don't think they've seen him. They haven't seen him right now. IDW is going to get down the smoke right now and put the toxins in it as well, which means nobody's going to be able to get through that. The decay and the ticker on the damage is just too impactful there. Ninum, though, lurking. He's actually revealed by the turret right now, which gives a little bit of information to order. That cloud burst, now they know exactly who is in that location. A little bit of damage to be echoed through on towards the blades that Autumn has brought out as well right now, Mitch.
Absolutely. He's been taken a little bit low, and then I'm a little bit healthier on towards the other side, and that is going to be them falling off immediately. They don't want to go for this. They want to just find a couple of exits. Tuck spotted as well. Has to get the poison cloud down, but Autumn onto the other side. The right click will miss. Now Ninum up on the top. He's actually going to be dropped by Disco. Texter finds one as well, and it's actually only going to be the Sages living on, very ironically, in this round.
What is Texter?
And Wildcard takes 6.
Okay, he had some shields and a Vandal. He's decided that he doesn't want to fall to the spike to be able to carry those on over, and I guess rightly so. Only pick up the utility that was used in that round. Repurchase that one. You've got the Operator coming in for Autumn right now, Mitch. Glass Cannon styles as well, with no blades to be the assister. Oh, they're looking a bit vulnerable right now, Order.
They definitely are. Previous map did really get close in that half, 7-5. But with Order on the defending side of Icebox, I mean, they are extremely good on their offense, but it certainly does start to sort of put us into a bit of an awkward situation, but we know how good Autumn is. Holding those versatile lines, but that is going to be the res. How does he look to find this second one? Nice little shot on an Ninum as well. These are the rounds that is basically Autumn's bread and butter right now. He's been allowed free reign of this A site, but infrequent. He's going to pick up the pace down towards B, dropping down Tux.
Equalization 4-4. No one really too far-fetched on the side of Wildcard, except if you look at IDW, who's at least got some control in the tube. They might have had the idea as well. Order, they haven't really got any positionings over here. They need to be clearing out anything. It's going to be a matter of timing, though, and Disco might have found the right timing. But no, actually, IDW somehow finds that. Does he get the next one as well? A pre-fire onto Texter. How has this happened right now? IDW, impressive as ever. We saw the damage come through over on Bind. It's carried over onto this one, and I think this might just even be a safer Order.
Sounds like he was drinking a cup of Order's tears for breakfast. Apparently, this man looking so sharp right now. Everything is hitting for RDW, and he has just been so consistent on this Viper. 2 maps now. Hello, Autumn. Goodbye, Autumn. All left on to just sign into 1 versus 4. Wildcard have won out the half here, Dion, again, and they've got more rounds in the back pocket as well to make things work even further, even deeper into this attacking side.
This is just monstrous to come through from Wildcard right now, and they're even going to look to try and find Sign. They know exactly where he is in the spawn. A beautiful flick from IDW in the end of 4K. I want to see that one again a little bit later on the socials, good sir. Wildcard, as you say, Mitch. Let's just break down that round in and of itself, right? Only RDW's perspective. He pushes himself into all the tube. He manages to find a kill, a flick on toward the first one. The second pre-fire onto Texter. He finds Autumn, gets him in the back of the head, and then finishes it with a flick like that. That is chef's kiss.
Exactly. Just picking up the Operator out of the cold dead hands of Autumn, and to be able to hit a shot like that so deep into spawn. But yeah, whatever is going on in Camp Wildcard right now, they've got to be hyped. They've got to be energetic. And that's why we feel the need to put the voices up to that level right now. It's a grand final, guys. This is two of the best teams in the region. Order undefeated. They don't lose, but apparently Wildcard have found the method to the madness to take them down.
They are their kryptonite right now, and there's no red sun to be seen to get Order back in toward this round 5. The difference, Order. They have been put to rest at the moment. The leader be destroyed in through mid. No pushes up over at the A site at the moment. You can see that they're contemplating it. Autumn's going to be sent in first, and I guess you would see a lot of pressure on toward Tux right now with the soldier being on B by himself.
He's had a few moments of brilliance so far, Tex. But he just needs to do a little more, only with the Sheriff in this round. He's been such an impactful player and part of this roster. We hear from him time and time again. A well-spoken man, face of the region. But as they cruise on in now, RDW again in that position into the tube. There is a turret there waiting. But they've actually got to sort of get a bit moving here, Dion. 30 seconds.
30 seconds left.
And that is going to be a very big bit of control looking to be picked up here by Signed. He's in such a pivotal position right now, but he's only got a classic.
And RDW in his tube, it's his hunting ground at the moment. An extra shot to come on through right now as Sign does get taken on down. There's no way that the spike can be, well, not going down for Wildcard in this scenario. It's just going to be what damage Order can come out with. And I don't even know if they're going to be able to get anything. But as I say that, Cast goes on through, tucks it on, and the blades are pulled out. Okay.
We see this. Seen it before. Ninum did it the only other night. Pop the blades. Able to find plenty. Has to clear this man below him, though, as they in the warning shots fired. Tux will be able to clear it. Warning shot to come out from Ninum. Now they can get aggressive. This is where we need one to be on the defusal. No, he's missed the shots, though, and Ninum has somehow managed to find it. Now the Hunter's Fury to come out. Tux needs to be patient, but he also has to pick up. He has to get onto that defuse right now, and now the information. Will he be able to hold long enough? Will he be able to get off of it? He will pull off, but does he have the time?
Nah, he doesn't.
Don't think he does.
Oh, 0.14. A valiant effort from Order in that round to try and get that one. You see it was, what, the 5 versus 3? Then you see Tux and Autumn gather a frag. Blades pop, shots to come out. It's very unfortunate that those blades did miss from Autumn up onto the belt player. But then Tux is able to try and get into Order, finds the frags, and just unfortunately, he didn't get it. I wonder, if he stuck the defuse, would have Infrequent been able to deny it? Because he didn't have the gun out.
Let's fly.
No, potentially it would have been tight regardless, but if there's a way to summarize that game, or this game right now, 0.14 seconds on a defuse is enough.
Well, it just reminds me of,
close.
It reminds me of yesterday, 0.01 on Bind, a defuse that nearly came on through in a 1 versus 3. It was ridiculous, and if memory serves me right, I think that was actually Order as well.
Classic. Sounds about right.
Oh, it was Wonsky, actually.
Order. Oh, okay, yep. That would make sense. Still crazy to see, though, that, you know, Bliss and Mindfreak going out. Cool to see on the other side that Nebula being able to pick up some really great wins like that. Same with Big BTS, showing some potential good signs for the future. Definitely a team that once they get Andy back in, but Maple, man, Maple, what some performances we saw out of him.
Alrighty. Opening pick, the way of Order. No resurrection at the moment for Noz either to bring Swell back to the land of the living. You've got the Viper's pit being popped on up by Tux over at the A site, and Autumn has found his second frag in the round. Plant is down. This is a 5 versus 3, better favorable scenario for Order now.
And Sign getting those tags up nice and early, but inside the Viper's pit once more. It's going to be RDW. Again, he's been so colossal in this map. I wouldn't expect this round to be any different right now. If he stays alive inside that smoke integrity, it's going to make it so challenging. But Infrequent, he goes down onto the other side. Now Texter firing a couple of warning shots.
Wow.
It's actually going to be Noz to go and out onto the other side. But now he's been spotted. Oh, that was much cleaner from Order. They're going to be able to take the round, and they are not done just yet, Dion.
We move into the last round of the half, and at least Order are going to be able to carry everything they need into it as well, because you looked at their economy that they were down in this, so they would have gotten big loss bonus coming on through, but winning that round, getting another one on the board, it doesn't hurt them too far, and actually just looking at the money there on the win, it would have been about the same, so they would have been able to purchase anyways if they did lose it. Operator still for Autumn being the opener for Order. You mentioned it earlier as well, right? You know, an opening pick converted into the round. Every time Autumn gets a pick, Order are at least rolling in toward the round and looking for something in the round. But again, 8-4 at best for this half, Mitch. Wildcard they are firmly in the lead here.
Yep, it's going to take a lot of pushing and pulling from Order to manage to bring it back into the next half, even if they are successful in this one. But I will never, ever count Order out. Not even if they lose this map will I continue to count them out. Been in positions before where they've had to look for some form of reverse sweep, but it's just so nice to see that Wildcard are able to take them to this test, are able to put them to this task right now. Autumn holding that line. He's been so impactful again with this operator, but it just feels like it can't quite pay off for him. You know, even when he finds these openers, all of a sudden it does appear that Wildcard does have an answer for it, and there's one of them, right? Swell will get the resurrection, and they're going to be marching straight back away from this B-long position, but RDW in the tube
here again. Is he going to find the frag? Of course he is. There's the conversion, the resurrection as well for Wildcard brings them back, and Frequent has managed to sit Autumn down. The leaves have fallen in this round, and they are frozen. RDW, though, is hot and heavy under this pressure. 5 versus 2. Lockdown available still here for Tux, or Disco rather, who is the last soldier. In a 1 versus 5, this is very difficult. He's even popped the lockdown, and oh my lord!
Mate, we're going to have to call this Waterbox in just a second because it is RDW who is absolutely on fire right now. This is incredible. How's he only got 12, mate? I feel like we've caught 30 from him.
What have we seen? We've seen the 4K. He just got a 3K. That's already 7.
Yep.
We've seen
impact.
Just a couple of other around the board. Oh my lord, man.
Is he like lagging? Yeah, 30 ping from bloody Melbourne. That's why it looks like it's that busted.
30 ping is lag, okay. 60 ping
well,
warrior.
Look. Yeah, 30 ping from Melbourne, that's lag, all right? Should be getting 20. But yeah, look, playing on 70 ping my entire life isn't exactly bougie, but that's okay.
I just always remember swirls essentially on the server between 8 and 12, 16 ping.
Basically.
All right, let's bring it back. New pistol round to come on through. Did I only see 2 players with light shields as well? I think I might have. Nim getting out the Sheriff, though, to look to start things off. Quick shots onto the dart. Already seen a little bit of damage onto Autumn. Needs to get out of here, though. And he wants heals. He needs heals.
He needs them immediately, and he will at least be able to get back towards the site, though. Noz is there to support his boy, but it does appear that we are going to see Order to at least continue the pace. Toxic Screen still down. Going to allow them a bit more safe passage towards the site. Great Wall down. But it's still going to be tough. Nidham, he's taking so low even after this heal. But Swell, infrequent, they're on the flank.
Yeah, but look at this gatekeep right now from Order over at this angle. More shots to come on through. They're all really contained over on toward this flank at the moment, and they're winning it down tenfold. Not a single pick to be seen from Wildcard just yet. You've still got Nidham quite low, but they're on the defuse.
No way.
In front of this wall right now, there's a gap, and they're going to exploit it perfectly. Now infrequent, the last soldier in a 1 versus 5. He is going to have to do absolute oblivion in this round, but it's not going to come into play, of course. There was no time really to get in for 5 frags. Order, they pick up the pistol. It is well required.
What a statement from Order, though, on the pistol round. A flawless to come out. Every single member living on. That's going to give them a good bonus. And, of course, forcing Wildcard back, giving themselves another chance at the round. They play this right, they bring themselves to 5. And if they win the bonus as well, they can really start to string together 6, 7 potentially. But, oh, man, Wildcard still ahead of the curve. It's only going to be Swell investing. Same with Nidham. Looking to pick up those Sheriffs, try and farm the orbs as best as they can.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Swirl looking to hold a bit of W, looking to get up close and personal. Nim as well, waiting for the dart to come on through. I like that turret as well, spotting out any information if there is a creep up from Wildcard. Usually you see Tux, you know, bringing out on toward the Killjoy, but the map of Icebox changes it up where he's on Viper. Disco been, I guess, exploring and experimenting with him. New on towards this this KJ. He's doing quite well, gotta say.
Early engagement. Nothing really to speak of, though. So let's use this time, Dion, to work out how Order need to reapproach this, right? Obviously, it's just imperative. They have to get this one, keep 5 alive as best as they can. Not overstep their welcome at all. Proceed in. Maybe see something a little bit quicker, punishing towards that A site. Pick the pace up, you know, use that momentum that they've got behind them off the pistol round to really sort of drag their way back.
Well, any rounds that you give over to Wildcard here gets them one step closer to finding a pretty clean victory. So Order, essentially, they need to be getting this within 9-9. They need to try and equalize it. And a round such as this to make it 9-5 would be well placed. There's 3 for Autumn. Very quick shots to come through with this Marshall. Sign is going to find 1 in the round, and they know where Swirl is on the flank. If you can get 1 or 2 frags here, it would be well worth the time and the investment of the Sheriff, but it's not going to be there. Back-to-back flawlesses for Order is great, but now we go into the bonus round, and if Wildcard do pick this one up, that's double digits. If they shut down the first purchase of Order as well, it's going to get very scary.
Alrighty. Time is now. Order win this round, and all of a sudden, it becomes so much more contestable. 17-10 for Autumn sitting atop the server. He's had so many moments. But still needs to do much, much more. So it's going to be that A hit that we were sort of expecting, but 3 members are here on that site right now. Dion waiting, poised to defend and deny.
Oh, Wildcard certainly want to make this site their domain right now. They do not want to let Order encroach on this position. Minim will be getting up on top of the screens as well, which means he can kind of pop his head out on the toxic screen when it does get laid on through. I mean, it's already laid, but it does get popped on out, I guess you would say, on this one. Good reveal on that owl drone, and a very ambitious wall. Texter dead to rights to infrequent for the first casualty, and that's the spike down too.
Minim. Good re-entry as well. RDW also there. Up on the top, Autumn trying to fire those warning shots with the Marshall. Tux at least good for 1. Gonna make it a little bit more uncomfortable, a little bit more awkward. They can fall away now. Still 55 seconds left on the clock.
I wouldn't even put it past them.
Nah, it's a possibility always, right? Never count these 2 out.
So it's going to be difficult with a Spectre and a Marshall. They want to find a kill or 2 and upgrade their weaponry as well. In a pretty nice position to find that one. Misses away, and now it's just really clinical for Infrequent to finish that one up. That is exactly how you want your first rifle round to go for Wildcard, but now they're going to be going up against Order, who have rifles to answer in return.
This is where Order need to either make something happen, or they can pretty much kiss this one goodbye, right? An economic break. Not exactly what they want to be dealing with at all. Autumn's still 2 away from the Blades. I mean, it gives them another opportunity into the next, but geez. Wildcard, just with their dominance, just with their form, their consistency, their trust in each other, they have been working hard, and whatever they've been doing, it's been paying off.
Here.
Early stages of this fresh round. A bit of a creep up from Order, likewise from Ninim. And see what I mean about that turret as well? It gets a reveal if anyone's pushing. Disco's going to pop up his head, and he's well rewarded on that patience as well. That's a beautiful turret.
Artie, up close, has more that he has to deal with, though. The heal is going to come up, but look how high he is on the other side. Noz is at least going to be able to force them back. The barrier orb, the slow orb rather, but that's going to be Noz swinging it around as well. Look at the team synergy there, Dion. Holding it down.
That is actually really good to come through from Wildcard as well. You know, RDW finds that frag just there, pops his smoke a little bit later, that the position of the Order players on top of the box at the long position as well, the white box, is just seen. Noz finds that frag, and then he's just bailed out as well. You know, RDW bailed out. Very, very good. And now we move over towards this other side, and it's a bit of chaos for Order, Mitch.
Still an opportunity. Oh, no timing. Swirl here with a bad bit of timing. That's going to be Disco to find it. Now the turret can go down. The spike will be planted here. Both these members are close up, near on towards the site. RDW, with the right bit of timing, he could be able to find sign here. I don't think they're actually going to be ready, but he tucks into the corner just at the appropriate time. Needs to get moving quickly, though. There's the spot. There's the information. It's all on a disco now. Certainly a man that we've seen win these kind of rounds. Formerly on the Rays. Will it come in under the Killjoy? The answer is no. Wildcard on top. They've stacked this deck, Theon. 11 rounds now as Order. Their economy is busted.
Yeah, it's looking like Order are the jokers in that deck right now, losing the bonus round, which you, I guess, would come to expect, but also losing the first rifle round. A big statement to be put up from Wildcard here again, Mitch. 8-4 at the half. Now 11-5. Any sort of slip-ups from Order here would spell disaster, would spell map point for Wildcard, and the investment is going forward for Order here. The full purchase on through, and I can't quite remember. Have we seen a pause for Order in this one? Do you get 1 60-second pause? Is it per map or per side?
I think it's per side with a new update, but
okay.
Let's see. Nothing's happened though this one, right? Or has it? No, it was last map. Last map we had 2.
Yeah.
Don't think we've had one this map yet.
We can wait and see. But 11-5 certainly is that statement being put forward for Wildcard here. You've gotten out for Order in this round with this force up. They've just picked up the orb as well to gather the resurrection, which means they've got the res, the lockdown, and the Hunter's Fury. It's just been confirmed as well. You get 2 per map.
Beautiful. I think it's good. It's a long pause. Good opportunity to have a bit of a chat. But that's going to be lockdown. Going in from Disco here, it's going to allow safe passage up towards this site, but how does RDW approach it? Does he actually want to try and find something inside the pit? Or is he going to fall away? It's going to be awkward regardless. He's actually going to be the sole detainee in this position. Autumn's going to be able to drop in frequent in the process as well, but they're not keen. They don't want to overextend here yet, Theon. It's going to be Ninum to actually find Disco on the flank. RDW, though, still alive inside this pit somehow, some way.
He really wants HP, but look at this position from Ninum. He's just gatekept the spike. He's gatekept the raise, but Disco is brought on back. He's able to get out the gun, though, Mitch, and he might be able to convert this frag as well. He does. It's a 4 versus 2 favorable scenario right now for Order, and they need to be able to find this one as well. Swell, he's looking for something, falls on back. He's still got these Leers and these charges as well to devour or dismiss away. Probably the latter, where we know how Swirl likes to play it. But it's on to him and Noz to bring this one back.
All going to go down. The second this screen fades, there might be an opportunity. There it is. That's going to be the spike drop.
5 seconds.
There's no time. There's not anything available, but it's actually going to be Tux to be able to find it. No! Noz couldn't get deep enough. There was a potential world where he dropped that spike, but it is going to be a lucky win, or not even luck, but a well-deserved win, and a needed one for Order. 6 rounds now on the board for them, and they can breathe a little bit easier. The pressure has been taken off slightly, as it is going to be an eco to a degree from Wildcard, just a half buy. But Order, at least they've got something in stock, as well as Autumn has those blades available.
It's always a what if in that scenario as well. If Swirl was able to just hide at the back of Snowman in that little corner, then maybe he's able to peek out at the right time with Noz for a little bit of a double on peak with that screen going on down. They only needed to try and deny the defuse from, or the plant rather. The time would have got it if Noz was able to escape. But as I said, always those what ifs. The money's not really here for Wildcard. The investment is on the blades in this now 5 versus 3. Very early openers for Order. Seeing what damage can come out on through for Wildcard here, but I don't know if we're going to see anything too big in this round from them.
Deploying drone.
Yep, just some info. Spot it. Need him only with the individual blade, and he can't really do anything with it. Might be able to find one. There is a wild Disco on the flank, but he actually is going to be able to take it down. So just the individual member. This is exactly what Order needed, right? The flawless, nice and clean. Bring it into the next round. And that will be 7 in the back pocket, but Wildcard only needing 2. Unfortunately, Infrequent, he's going to be looking for that one. Maybe. Nah, leave it. Leave it there for now. It's fine.
There you go. Just waiting for Autumn to finish off the round with those blades. Alrighty, we're within 4. Couple of rounds for Order. And we're actually going to get a pause to come through from Wildcard, just as we were speaking about it as well. So a minute for them to get their things in order, get their purchase rather, to come on through. 3 ults to be able to play with Mitch. This, again, you know, as I mentioned, for Order, they can't still really come up with a slip up, because then they have to reinvest their economy. They have to reinvest those credits to repurchase Wildcard. They'll find the 12th. You know, they're going to have money after the fact. It's just a very interesting time right now in this map.
Well, it's just crazy that we're here in this position right now. You know, Wildcard looking down the barrel potentially of a second map victory. Order close, cutting it, you know, clawing it back from that attacking side. Typically a little bit more challenging. I guess you would say that Icebox is quite 50-50 at this point in time, but the narrative that's been built up, this entire competition, Order dominated everyone on their way through to that upper bracket final before Wildcard had something to say about it. It was a reverse sweep, 13-3 on Bind. They managed to bring their way back after losing out on Split, and then to close it in this fashion. Order, they claw back, they drop down BTS, and now to see them coming in here and being at the disadvantage once more, potentially looking to drop that second map, not only for money, but for points, but for clout, but for glory. Everything this map means so much.
And I think it's also just showing that while Order aren't that unstoppable force anymore as well, they've already dropped a series here. If they do drop a grand final in a 3-0, in fact, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and kind of, you know, just change up things how they're going. For Wildcard, on the flip side, that's them being just set in stone that all of their practice, all of that pressure that was on them for this game is going to be relieved, and that practice is well worth it coming into this one. Like, they get the outcome that they wanted.
Swill, what have you got? Both the wall sides will be destroyed, and that's the spike as well. And now he's kind of caught in the crossfire a little bit here. Hunter's Fury has actually tagged him up, but Ninum on the top of the boiler will be able to find a second frag back into it now. 3-on-5, Dion. That's completely slowed the pace, and look how far the spike is away from the remaining members of Order.
Always, you know, kind of expect a bit of a change of pace after a pause as well. You know, do you go with haste or do you slow it down? Wildcard, they have gone with a little bit of haste in toward this round. A quick flank to be seen as well from RDW as Order. They finally got the one frag in toward this board. Here's that flank, courtesy of Crash Cam coming on the back of it. I think going to be expecting this one. The reload, they're kind of locked in. The turret as well. I don't think it's going to be revealing them. No, it is. Now they know the flank's there. The toxins to go on through as well. And the res comes on out. This is everything for Wildcard. Free Fire's bound. They know exactly where Disco is. The resurrection means that all five are still alive for Wildcard after their pause. Conky, oh my lord, they hit round 12, and that is a bad outcome for Order.
That's insane. I wonder what Infrequent and Noz were saying there. Or anyone, really. That's the most exciting thing about this one, right? You know, they're all pretty vocal. Ninum probably a little bit quieter than the rest of them, but,
yeah,
you know, it's just great group of guys, all bringing it together. Different backgrounds across the board. You know, what do we got? A little bit of Overwatch. I guess Swell technically doesn't even have a background. You know, played CSGO once upon a time.
Yeah, CS.
Infrequent CS. Where did RD and Ninum come from? That's the other real question.
RDW used to play retakes and everything in CS. I know that one.
Yeah, I know. I saw him in CS, but it's like, it's just such a good mix. It shows that a game like Valorant has, you know, a home for everyone, really.
Yep. Well, a home for Infrequent right now is in the grave, it would seem, as he's the first casualty in this round. Tux is trying to be the gatekeeper of RDW's shenanigans, as the flank coming on through you absolutely know is going to be happening. We saw it yesterday. It was instrumental to Wildcard's success, and here it is. He's still going for the peak, and he's actually able to find it as well. Now the jig's up. Wildcard, no Order are coming toward this site. The lockdown's invested. And Wildcard, they don't really have a way to destroy it. So they're going to have to take a knee, wait for that one to do the explode, and then they can go in for the potential retake.
Exactly, and that spike will be planted. Very open for everything. All the chaos is about to ensue, Dion. This is the time. This is the opportunity. Sign is waiting for RDW, knowing that that flank is there, but he's gone deep. He's gone around to the other side. Will he actually be ready for it? Will he swing? He gets the info, and RDW continues to be the man in the backpack, into the back pocket. Does to find one more.
There it is.
Will, and that is the round done. RDW, take a bow, my friend, because you have just taken Wildcard to not only map, not only series,